Welcome back to the Golf Bay podcast. I'm Rhiannon.
And I'm Andrea.
And we have a wine. We're like double week in the row not giving you guys a menu item wine.
But that's okay.
Because it's worth it.
This is Predator.
I don't know if we've ever featured a Zinfandel.
I don't think that we have, and we don't really have a Zinfandel on our... We don't have a
No.
Zinfandel.
We had Baca.
We had Baca Double Dutch.
Which we bought, I think, 2 bottles. And then when we took it off the menu, there were still 2 bottles.
Mm-hmm.
So we read the room. You guys didn't want a Zinfandel.
Which I don't know why it's so good.
Yeah, I do love
divine.
a good Zinfandel. Mm-hmm. I guess it's just, even when I go to a restaurant, I'm not sure I'm, like, scanning for a Zif. Like, I just...
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely, like, a certain meal that will go with a dark red glass of wine. I'm not positive. You're just, like, so doing it for funsies.
But this one's very unique.
Very unique.
I love that it's called Predator, and it's, like, a ladybug. I just think that's fun.
And didn't they say... Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't they say it's because they're, like, sustainable and they use... the little bugs as predators for, like, I think the other bugs.
Either we said that or they said that.
Yeah, I don't know if I conjured that up on our own or, like, they told us that was the story, but in my head it sounds good.
That's what we're going with. What's it say? What's good?
What's good for the vine is good for the wine. It has to be.
That's cute.
That's so cute.
Well, this Zinfandel, to me, tastes like if you took one of those really fun aluminum trays and you put it in your smoker and you poured the wine in it and then you smoked the wine.
It's very smoky, but in the best way possible.
And it would pair so well with a brisket or pulled pork, any smoked meat.
Any smoked meat. And y'all, I'm from Texas. I love a smoked meat. There's not a smoked meat I don't like.
Our little brains sunk. Like, when we
It was like we Wi-Fi'd together.
We're like, let's have a summer barbecue tasting, or pairing, I might say, and every single course pairs to a wine. So obviously this one would be whatever smoked meat we do. Mm-hmm. And so we met with a local chef, and we're going to make that happen.
Yeah, because Gulf Babe's Kitchen's not equipped to prepare, like, a 4-course meal, which is why during our wine tastings you usually get, like, a charcuterie plate. Yeah. And we wanted to offer something a little more unique and elevated.
And I think this would be so fun. It would be something that I would jump all over for sure, because it's going to have, how many, we say 4 or 5?
4 courses.
Yeah, 4 courses. So 4 courses and full portioned food, by the way, not like pairing. You're going to get a whole meal out of this. Mm-hmm. And then a wine to pair with it. So, the starter might be a jalapeno popper, and we're going to have a wine that pairs with that jalapeno popper. Mm-hmm. And so I want it to be fun, so that you guys explore what kind of wine maybe you should bring to your barbecue, or just literally for fun. Just come try it out.
And we also are doing it right before Father's Day. And, like, what dad doesn't love a barbecue cookout?
Yeah.
Like,
even if he doesn't like wine, he's going to get some phenomenal food.
Phenomenal food.
And you could just dump his wine in your glass.
Yeah. We met with the chef yesterday, and he got to taste all of the wines, and he thought Predator was absolutely amazing.
I didn't get to go, but I knew he'd love it. It's just going to pair really, really well. So I'm super excited, and shout out Winston. He showed us this wine kind of on a whim. Mm-hmm. It was definitely not for, like, any tasting purposes.
Why did he bring it? Did he?
I don't know. I feel like he was bringing something for us to try because we were redoing the menu. Yeah, and we're like, wait a second.
It's like, we could use this.
Yeah, I'm super excited for that. That is, like, mid-June, so if you're looking for that event, we'll post it, obviously, in June, but it should be around mid-June, right before Father's Day. So, super fun. Let's jump into it.
We always like to bring value, and you know that we're not opposed to talking about the raw, the real, the dirty.
No, and we definitely don't want to gatekeep. I feel like in the service industry, everyone's always gatekeeping something from you.
I even feel like in corporate it's like that. It's like, this is mine, this is how I prove my value, and I'm like...
Yeah, like, I can't tell you this because then you'll take it from me. But I think that there is some things that is worth gatekeeping, like our recipes, because we worked really hard on those, and just handing them out to you, like, adds no value to the bar. But there is a lot of things that we do want to tell you, whether you're just a patron and want to know more about the business side, or you may be opening your own business. So, when we started, you came up with a budget, and, like...
I came up with a budget for build out, and then I came up with a budget of what I thought like how you need to have 3 months of expenses in the bank, which, haha. And so like I padded our bank account and I'm like, this will be great.
Yep.
And not that I thought running a business would be cheap, but like it adds up.
No one
real fast
maps out all of your expenses for you. And I don't even think that that's possible.
No.
But there is like inevitable expenses that we didn't know about that should be mapped out for you when you start a business.
Mm-hmm.
Taxes.
Yeah. And like I knew that we pay taxes. It's kind of like a write-off, like you know about it, but
do you really
do you know how it works? You just write it off.
Yeah. What do you mean? You just write it off.
You just write it off. And so like I think in my head I'm like, you just pay the taxes. But then like it's real scary when you're like, oh, I have to pay that every single month to the state, the city, the county, and with all of those combined, that's 10%. It's 10% of sales every month. And I'm like,
so when you look at your sales, like,
just take 10% off the top. It's not yours. Sayonara.
But then take off your inventory costs. And then take off your insurance. And then take off your labor. And then just keep taking off more because there's more expenses.
I was telling my husband, I'm like, the pest control, I have to have that. My AC unit servicing, I have to have that. My grease trap clean out, I have to have that. Like at every single turn, I'm like, I really can't
there's not really much.
I can't eliminate any of this.
Yeah, I think one that a lot of people don't talk about is your POS system is going to cost you more money than you can ever imagine that it will.
And I think it was sold to us as like a one-time fee, but like in my head, like it's just this might be exposing too much. It's just like it's on auto pay, like it's not my problem, like it's just going. And the other day, like the invoice popped up in my feed and I was like, oh, let me like really look at that. And I was like choking. I was like, did you know that we're paying over $500 a month to be able to use my system
to sell something,
just to sell you something,
so
which is kind of a scam, really. I don't really appreciate it, but
no, can you like they're like, oh, you want convenience, you're gonna pay for it, and you're gonna pay top dollar, and it's again, it's like not anything you really could eliminate. Like you would be hurting yourself.
Because we asked the girls, like, I didn't realize each handheld that we have
costs a certain amount.
Like $150 a month to have. Even though I bought it, I own it, like, to have that software.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, girls, like, maybe we could take one away.
They're like, no. We use, like, everybody has a handheld.
Yeah, and I think about it, I'm like, well, if we have 2 bartenders, 2 servers, like, everyone has one.
On the terminal, one's got a handheld, and the 2 servers have handhelds.
I was like, yeah, okay, you're right. We can't do that.
And even when I'm in there, like, trying to help, like, I can't even find a handheld to help. So, like, I know that they're being used.
Yeah, for sure.
But all of this to say is that when you are budgeting your business and you just, like, don't know, that's okay.
It's totally okay. I think
it's just, like, being able to absorb those curveballs. And by absorb, I mean, like, pay for them. Mm-hmm. And it's going to hurt really bad.
Mm-hmm. Like whenever, I'll give you a recent example. My insurance was up for renewal.
Oh, yeah.
And
we were excited.
I was like, yay, it's going to be cheaper. And it was cheaper. But like I kind of forgot what that initial cost was because it was like at the time of build out. So I just like factor it into like build out cost. And they're like, oh no, baby, you got to pay like half of it up front and then you pay the monthly fee after that. And I was like, half? Like today?
Like right now.
And they're like right now. And I was like, I guess I'm not paying myself for the next month. That's fine.
Yeah.
No worries.
I think back to this a lot. And this was like one time another bar owner like tried to like, give us advice. And at the time, I don't think I computed it. Mm-hmm. And he was like giving us advice about when to order your liquor so that you can like let your sales pay for your liquor. Mm-hmm. And at the time, I was like, why would I, like that's, liquor's just an expense. Like, I don't need, like, the weekend sales to pay for the liquor.
Nope, you do.
Yeah, you definitely do. And I like, I don't know if I've ever told him this, but, like, thanks, because it does come in handy now. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just, like, little hacks about how your money flows into your account in the service industry and then how it goes back out. Mm-hmm. So, every drink that we make, like, you have to account for everything that's in it, which is not cheap. I know a lot of people think that they can calculate it out and it's cheap. It's not.
Yeah, I think that's like, I've heard a few guests in the bar over the last year, like, oh, this bottle of wine is so expensive. And, oh, well, this is that. And I'm like, okay, if true, you could go buy that bottle of wine in Florida and take it to your house. But you didn't. You wanted to come to a bar. You wanted to be served. You wanted to have an experience. Mm-hmm. You wanted to be surrounded by something beautiful.
Yep.
And that comes with a cost. Like, my cost is not just the alcohol. My cost is all of the other things to make that alcohol available to you in my bar.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are like, well, I know how much a bottle of this costs. I'm like, yeah, and I also know how much our labor costs and our rent costs and our insurance costs. Mm-hmm. It's just there's a lot of things that go into buying your drink at the bar and like what that price is that a lot of people just kind of lose sight of. Mm-hmm. And I think as a new business owner, it's very important to know how to price out your drinks in order for you to succeed and your customers to be happy. Like there is definitely a line.
And I think that we do a really good job of like not price gouging, because there's a lot of places that do.
Yes.
Because now that I've ran a bar, I'm like,
no. Oh, I pay for that?
I'm like, I know what that margin is. Like, wow, like you're really doing it. Mm-hmm. And but you know what? Maybe they're doing better than us. I don't know.
It's hard when like we have it, and then somebody else charges more, and I'm like, I know what that costs. It's really hard.
It is really hard. I'm like, am I doing the wrong thing? Do I need to increase my prices? But then at the same, like, on the other side of that coin, I'll have people come in and be like, we love how affordable it is here. Like, I can have 3 drinks here compared to other establishments. I can only have 1. And, like, that feels good. Like, I'd rather you come in, hang out, and, like, enjoy your time and not be worried about, like, one and done.
Yeah. That was a factor when opening it, too. It's, like, it's hard to stay true to yourself sometimes when you're talking about financials, because when we wanted a bar, every bar we wanted was so expensive. Mm-hmm. It's, like, it was, like, a one and done. And then your tab was all this money if you bought 1 round for everybody, or even 2 drinks that cost more than going out to eat. And so, because we live in a tourist town, so you have to remember that. Like, there are tourist restaurants that charge a lot of money because they can. And people buy it. But that was one of our problems, like, that we wanted to solve with golfing. Yeah. And so
that's what makes us different.
Yes. We love you guys. We try. I promise. If I don't think I'd pay for it, we find a way to drop it down.
And like I even feel like we had someone who was making the comments of like, you know what no one's doing like super cheap martini nights, but somewhere else they do it. And I'm like, well, the town you're talking about that a bar does that in, I'm sure their rent's a lot less.
Yeah.
Things are a lot less there. And I'm like, no one here is doing it because there's no way to make money if you do those type of specials. And so it's really this like balancing act of like, I need money coming in,
but I also want to make it. Yeah, there's like this gray area that we are always trying to stay in. And I think I very recently realized, I went to a restaurant, it's like a touristy restaurant down here, and I think it's funny because we were always told like menu etiquette is you round up or you round down, you never put like cents.
Like $42.15 or like that's like just make it $42 or make it $43.
And recently I've noticed in our area, bigger restaurants are doing, like, their exact margin. So it'll be, like, $18.54 or, like, $18.96. And I've never seen that.
I do believe that there is, like, a little psychology to it because, like...
They're like, I could have charged $19.
Like, $42.18 sounds oddly specific. Like, that it's that number for a reason. That, like, that's a psychology behind it. But at the same time... I don't know. It just
We're all about aesthetics, and I don't like the way 96 cents looks on a menu.
It doesn't look good. No. And I feel like our bar staff would hate us. They would be like, I gotta count out like all these different cents.
Yeah. But a lot of people paying cash around here, they would drive them nuts. Although taxes. Whatever.
Yeah.
But, and then again, I want to talk about taxes just a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because I also feel like this was gatekept to us. I feel like we've talked to people about it, and like this information was never laid out. So the way at least our PLS system works is it just kind of like deposits this mass amount of money into your bank account, and you don't really know, like, is it sales? Is it taxes? Is it tips? Like you don't know what is what.
It's just very hard. And they're like, well, you can go look at a report. And I'm like, well, I have to pull a tips report. And then I can see all the
3 different reports.
Yeah. And then I got to mesh them all together. And then I'm like, well, it is very, I just get one lump sum. And I'm like, I want to put it into buckets.
Yeah, be like, okay, so I know this taxes. I know this is their tips. I know this is profit. Or, like,
and they
spending
don't,
money.
They're like, there's no way to do that. And I'm like, there's got to be.
Yeah.
Like, that part's very frustrating. That, like, my POS just gives me a huge lump sum, and I'm like, what's tips, what's taxes, what's actually paying for the product?
Yeah. And, it takes a lot of time, and I think a lot of people lose sight of how much time it actually takes to run a bar. And maybe in a few years it's like a well-oiled machine, but right now it's not. And it does take a lot of legwork and a lot of, like, we sit in this office
all day
long.
Someone the other day made a comment like, oh, you quit your job, you don't really work anymore. And I'm like, I work more now than I did when I had my 9 to 5, and I made
stopped my 9 to 5
a lot more money.
Yeah.
in my 9 to 5.
Yeah.
I'm up here working all the time because when it's yours and you're the one trying to pay the bills, you're like, okay, what can I do to get our name out more? What can I do to increase profit margin? What can I do to plan all these fun events that people will want to come to? I'm like, every day I'm like solving a problem to solve my other problems.
Yes, yeah. And I think the way that we look at it at one point is like, what can we supplement? So it's like, what can I implement that would pay for rent? What can I implement that would pay for liquor? What can I implement so then, like, there's more profit on the top? Mm-hmm. So that we always try to find ways, like, new businesses, new plans, new events that are like, okay, well, this will pay for this. So mm-hmm. then now this is profit. But at the end of the day, like, the bank account, like, them just, like, depositing money is not something anyone warned us about.
No, not, like, the sales rep, I feel like, should have had a conversation. And then, like, that's a whole other topic is, like...
Sales reps?
The sales rep. I'm like, I pay you this much money a month, and you can't even be damned to return my email with someone who I can talk to, a real person. They're like, well, we have a chat bot. And I'm like...
That doesn't really help me. Sorry.
I don't want the chat bot. I don't want someone in India. I want a rep here that can, like actually...
come to the bar, look at me in my eyes... Or have a Zoom call or something. Like, something.
Yeah. Literally anything to support.
Like, our POS system had a rep, and we've talked about this. I'll say it one more time. They quit, and they never replaced it. And so...
And not only did they quit and never replace her, they, like, never let...
anyone know.
The people of the area know that they were not, one, losing their rep, and two, never going to get another one.
Yeah.
So then we're just left to, like, figure it all out on our own. And I'm like... Hello.
Yep.
I pay too much money for this.
Yes, you pay way too, like, you pay for convenience and then you're not getting the convenience. So then you're like, why am I paying for this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then, like, at every turn, it's like, oh, you want to implement DoorDash? Well, we're going to charge you $50 a month to
just
connect.
Just for the integration.
Just to connect DoorDash. And I'm like, okay, cool. Oh, you want to have a wine club? You have to pay now $75 a month just to even connect your wine club to the point of sale system.
Yeah.
Like, every turn, I'm like, I don't get it. Which, again, they're running a business too. They're probably like, well, this is what it's paying for. And I'm like, well, it probably is.
Yeah. But
it makes my life harder.
It's still like when you're opening your business and you need these services, like, knowing about it ahead of time.
It's helpful.
Yeah, for sure. Because we just kind of roll with the punches and figure it out as we go. And
I feel like
figuring it out as we go.
All of this is to say is, like, we're figuring it out as you go. I felt like when I was younger, I always was like, oh, these adults have it all figured out. They're so smart. And I've learned very quickly, like...
It's like just how you figure it out.
You just figure it out. Yeah. Everything is trial by error. Like, I would sit in C-suite meetings, and they'd be like, all right, guys, how are we going to solve this? What are we doing? And I'm like, you just don't have the answer? Like, I feel like you should know this.
Yeah, I feel like as a kid, like, adults just, like, ding, ding, ding. Like, I know exactly what to do. I've done this a million bajillion times. Like, no problem. Like, no.
I mean, even sitting in the military, there would be all these, like, high-powered military officials, and I'm like...
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, even movies, though, they make it feel like they go into these meetings, and there's, like, one person that's like, I know everything.
I've got the answer.
Exactly how it's going to be, and it's going to be perfect. Yeah, that doesn't work.
Mm-mm.
Doesn't happen. Maybe it does somewhere,
but just figure it out as you go, and when you make a mistake, you're like, just a girl. I'll do better next time, I guess.
Yep. Yeah, sorry
about that. Please have grace.
Yeah, please. All of that, I keep saying that. All of that to say is I also want to be open for people. So if you ever have business questions, like, comment.
Reach out to the Gulf Babes.
Yeah, we are not the type to gatekeep anything other than our martini menu. I'm sorry.
And our recipes for the kitchen.
I can't.
We'll not share that, but
But everything else, as far as like opening a business, I always wanted someone else to kind of like sit down and be like, okay, here's your next step. Not that I really wanted that, but it would have been nice for someone to warn you. Be like, well, just so you know, this is coming up, so prepare yourself. And we didn't have that.
No.
And that's fine. We kind of just like...
But you know what? I feel a little more confident, like, we're talking about opening another business. I'm like, well, now I know I've got to do the LLC, the FEIN, city, county, licenses. Like, I know this little, like, checklist now. That I'm like, okay, I know we have to do all these other things to get to the next step.
Yeah. So, figure out. You got it. Yeah. And if you don't feel like you have it figured out, that's okay. You're going to figure it out.
You've done it before and you'll do it again.
And lean on people. That's very important. Like, don't be afraid to ask questions. I feel like we just had a conversation with this, like, with other people in life. Like, communication is okay. And it's okay to be anxious and uncomfortable, but, like...
You still, at the end of the day, you have to have the conversation.
Yeah. Like, you will eliminate that by having a conversation. Yeah. So don't forget to ask questions. Lean on your people. You're never going to go wrong by asking any business owner a question. I don't know a single one that wouldn't sit there and help you answer it. They may be scary, but I promise that they will.
I always said, people who, like, appear to be wealthy or a CEO or run a giant business, they put on their pants the same way you do every day. Like, don't be afraid to approach them. Like, they'll probably really be excited to, like, share their knowledge with you.
Yes. I think I had a similar experience where he's a very wealthy man, met him at a fishing tournament. And I did have a question kind of how he ran his business, and I, like, really contemplated on how I should ask. And I finally just said it one day, and he just went, da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, he was so excited to talk about it. And I think I'm the same way. When people ask me, I'm like, oh, well, let me tell you, because I love talking about this.
Oh, you think that I know? Okay, let me tell you what I do know.
Yes. And I think when business owners get together, we really talk about what we don't know. Like... Or what we didn't know. Like, I don't think I ever talked to another business owner about everything I know.
Yeah. Like, I'm doing so great. I'm doing this, this, and this.
It's I'm like, did you know that you had to do this? Or, like, I didn't know that.
Surprise.
Yep. But, yes.
So if you have any questions, reach out.
Yes. And open your own business. And then tag us in it because we want to see it.
Yeah.
But, no gatekeeping around here, babes. You always know you can get the answers from us. But we'll see you next week, or we'll see you at
our wine tasting.
Yes, with Predator.
Cheers, babes.
Cheers.
Bye.